Hey, it's Norm from Tested. I'm here at R2LA. It's an interesting gathering of R2D2 droid builders. Every year, about 50 droid builders come, but they not only share their droid projects, but also other personal projects. This is Chris Ellerby. Chris, how you doing?
Doing great today.
It's great to meet you, and what you brought to this event was actually an animatronics project.
Correct.
Now, you're not an animatronics designer by trade.
Not by trade.
What do you do as your day job?
On my day job, I'm a director of technology for an ad tech company, so a lot of digital media work.
But you have your own, also, side project, a
Correct.
company called Vex FX.
Correct.
And you build props, and your latest project, full-on in animatronic suit.
Correct, yeah, it's a combination puppet, creature suit, and animatronic.
Dark Crystal?
Dark Crystal Skeksis.
Oh, it's a Skeksis.
Yeah.
Last year, I visited the Henson shop, the Jim Henson
fantastic.
company, and we saw a Skeksis. How do they puppet it back in the old days?
The original Skeksis were performed by multiple puppeteers, one typically with an arm out puppeteering the head, and a couple others helping with the body and the arms.
So, but your project, the way you've designed the suit, you have no arm going through the head.
Correct. Yeah, the goal of this is to have it be a single puppeteer doing the entire job, so controlling the mouth through this little brake mechanism here, controlling the head and neck through some cable linkages and direct mechanical drive. And this sort of simplifies things from a standpoint of having just one person doing all the motivation for the entire character, and eliminates the need to have a full support crew there to operate a single character.
Right, and for that purpose, because you want to be able to wear the suit, it's a little bigger than what the original Skeksis was.
Yeah, exactly. The original Skeksis stood about 4 feet high. They operated on a drop stage or by performers on their knees. This is for a single mobile performer at a live event walking around. So instead of 4 feet, he's going to be a little more like 7.
Right.
So a little bit bigger.
Walk us through bringing the Skeksis to life. How did you conceptualize it? The head, obviously, the most important part. You got motion in the head itself, and then in the neck. Can you walk us through those?
Yeah, so the design of the character all started in CAD, built fully in 3D from every nut and bolt down to the actual head itself. That was then 3D printed in about 120 hours worth of 3D prints, which I vacuum formed to create this nice lightweight shell. And what that lets me do is do some test puppeteering and see, does it have the behavior I want of a character? Is it the right size to have the right impact? Does it have a good silhouette?
Yeah.
And this lets me also test my mechanical engineering. So does the head move the right way? Are there areas where it's going to clip or bind, or is it going to be too heavy or difficult to operate?
Right.
So this is sort of the prototyping and testing phase. You see right down here, we actually have the inner mechanism. So this is the mechanical core for the head, which is 13 very tightly packed servos and mechs for the eyebrows, lips, mouth. That's eventually going to be embedded in what will be the final head.
Right, so modeling this head, you said Google SketchUp?
Correct, SketchUp, all done in SketchUp.
Yeah, it's a low poly model, totally okay for a prototype.
Just
Easy to
needed a
vacuum
silhouette.
form. That's right, needed silhouette for all angles. You're looking at it from straight on, from the side. It has the volume for this mech. Now, 13 servos, why do you need so many for the head?
For a lot of reasons, primarily the eyes. There's 4 servos for each eye, so that's left, right, up, and down for each eye, plus a top and bottom lid. A lot of people will have the upper and lower lid be a single servo. By breaking it into 2 servos, you have more control over each lid. So when the human eye looks up and down, your lids will actually track up and down with it. So that'll give you a little bit more lifelike behavior.
Now, how is that going to be puppeteered? I see you're obviously moving the neck and the tilting in some parts of the head and the mouth manually. Do you have software in there, algorithms, animations?
Yeah, normally for this kind of thing, you'd have another person involved on a radio controller sitting somewhere, hiding off in the wings. In this case, it's all going to be controlled by a single Arduino microprocessor. So it'll run through random cycles of predetermined expressions, or just randomly generating certain movements that are kind of lifelike to keep a nice little idle sequence or a keep alive sequence for the head. So it feels like it's alive, but I'm not having to think about it.
I love that idea of a keep alive base idle animation, and that subtlety is what makes the whole thing feel alive.
Exactly. As the eyes dart around and sort of pick a target and aim at it, that'll give it a lot more life.
Now, what you're controlling actually manually, directly, also requires a lot of mechanical solution. So,
correct.
What are these wires here?
So these are bicycle brake cables, just right out of the store, that are hooked up to a few attachment points at either end, and that allows me to pull a cable here and the head will respond in kind. Same for the up and down movement. The neck is all mechanical linkage. And what's cool about this is I'm using a parallel bar mechanism. What that means, if I aim the head up and then raise and lower it, the head always maintains the same target.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about looking at a specific place and then moving the neck. the head will always maintain its level, which is a nice little added benefit for puppeteering.
And you have to think of it from an animator's perspective. How does this creature move? It's not exactly how the human neck moves.
Correct, yeah.
You need an elongated neck. Where did you learn all this stuff? If this isn't your day job.
A lot of different places. YouTube's a great source. I also learn a lot through the Stan Winston School of Character Arts. They have a couple great lessons on animatronics. They also cover sculpting and all the other things that I'm going to have to do later in this project. So they've been my primary source for most of the things I've learned over the years.
And you want to do this all yourself, the sculpting, the foam suit fabrication,
Exactly.
even the costuming.
The painting, the hair punching, the fabricating of eyes. I want to do it all because it's a chance to showcase my skills as an effects artist and also a chance to learn. Like, I haven't done a lot of sewing in my life. I'm going to have to do a lot of sewing for this character, and that's a skill that I really want to build. So when I start a project like this, I ask myself, can I build it? And if the answer is no, then that's how I know it's the product I need to build, because that will make me grow those skills to build it. So it gives me that target to aim for. If I could just build this easy in my sleep, there'd be no point to challenge myself as an artist.
That's awesome. I love that. And I hope you're documenting it as well.
I'm definitely taking a lot of photos and posting them to Facebook, Instagram. I have a post on the Stan Winston School forums that I update regularly as I'm, in this case last night, wiring up all the servos. So yeah, definitely trying to keep people up to date and share what I can, because I'm all about education and helping people learn. I mean, I learned by other people discovering cool things, and I want to try and pass on what I can as well.
Well, we'll be following along with your build. I hope you guys do too. Check out Chris's work. Thank you, Chris, so much.
Oh, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
It's great to meet you.
All right. Thank you.